Hi, my name is Grace. I go to school for academic studio and I'm in creative writing. I'm a level 2 sophomore. I found out about NOCA because a family friend of mine went there for drama. And I had been told that I was talented at writing, but I didn't really know that it was something that I wanted to do until one of my parents signed me up for a after-school middle school workshop at NOCA. And I remember at first I really didn't want to go, and then I met Miss Laura, and she really encouraged me to come and to keep coming back and learn about writing.
So Grace has changed a lot since I first met her. Grace has an expression, she says, "Oh, I'm going to punch a tiger in the face." And all of us have a tiger. For Grace's tiger is cerebral palsy. And cerebral palsy is not, of course, what makes Grace an interesting or important writer, or even a good one, but it does inform the way she experiences the world. And Grace has an extraordinary ability to reflect on her own experiences, to reflect on human nature, to reflect on human interactions. And then often she has these very profound insights that she delivers on the page with a lot of honesty and courage. And I'm watching Grace develop the confidence to do that.
I did not want to come to NOCA. I was so scared. I had already had a lot of problems with just, I guess, people judging me before they got to know me. And I was so scared about meeting this new group of people who I just didn't know at all that I did not want to go. And Miss Laura came out to me and introduced herself and just sort of talked to me until I was willing. And then once I met her, I was just like, she's such a fantastic teacher, I need to come back. And honestly, she's the one that has sort of guided me through the audition process, and she's the one that, you know, tries to make sure that everything's adapted to my physical needs, and like, she's like the first one to do troubleshooting. If I can't get up this staircase because there's not a railing, or if there's something in the school that's not accessible because of my disability, she is the one who immediately tackles it. And what I admire about Miss Laura is a lot of people that I met before, especially adults, tend to think that I'm sort of like an object of pity because of my disability, but Miss Laura doesn't see that at all. She really, I think, believes in me more than I do sometimes. She's the one who really pushes me. And even when I'm sad about myself, she doesn't let me stay that way for long. She's the one who's like, "Grace, don't be weak. You gotta punch this tiger in the face." That's what she says. Because one time I told her that, she's like, "What do you call your disability?" And I was like, "I prefer to call it a physical challenge because then it sounds like I'm on a game show and I'm about to punch a tiger in the face." And she goes, "It's time to punch the tiger in the face." So whenever I'm about to do something big, she looks at me and she's like, "Grace, you gotta punch that tiger in the face." I'm like, yeah. Feel like I would be almost a completely different person. I think NOCA gave me confidence that I didn't know I had. Because before I came to NOCA, I didn't even know that I really had talent of any kind. And I was always labeled as the disabled girl, not the girl who was known by anything else. But here, I'm not known by a disability, I'm known as a person. And that has really affected how I've seen myself and how I'm able to look at my experience now.
You know, I feel like we do a good job in our department teaching craft. You know, it's important for Grace to know how to write a sonnet or how to structure an essay, how to develop a character. But honestly, I feel as though with Grace, my most important role with her is to just keep encouraging her to say what she needs to say, and to say it when it's easy, to say it when it's difficult, to say it when it's fierce, but just to keep saying it. to keep facing the tiger, because it's a formidable one. But she has the ability, the skill, the insight to turn her experiences into really important work on the page.
I'm going to read my poem, Ode to Gutting a Fish. I wrote this poem because I kind of had an unpopular opinion on the movement of Romanticism, because to me it just seemed too clean or too proper to really be the amount of expressive that I wanted it to be. And so I decided that I would write something very unconventional for an ode, and I wanted to write something that I could never really see myself doing. And this is what was born. So, without further ado, this is Ode to Gutting a Fish. The knife slides over the body, streamlined as a motorboat on the water. The scraping loud and intolerant as nails on bare skin. The dead flesh spits scales like small children spit pomegranate seeds in the city summer. They shine like small metallic tears in the afternoon heat. I hold the fish by its tail, gently flipping it over to expose the fragile pink stomach that once moved up and down with life, and reluctantly bring my knife down upon it, leaving a thin red trail like a zipper upon the surface of the departed. Then, as if opening an envelope, pry my thumb and forefinger between the two halves of the formerly living, and extract the intestines, worm-like and pink, like the bow I used to wear in my hair all those years ago. The heart is small and raisin-like, the size of my eye, deflated, detached, unwilling. The fish sits there patiently with its unmoving stare, an empty, limp husk. After I put the meat in the freezer, I will empty the leftovers into the sea for a proper send-off. The ocean created it, and the ocean will see it out. Thank you.